Hello, everyone. There's always this thing that they say that if you are not Nigerian and they explain Nigeria to you and you understood what they explained to you, then that means the person explaining it to you did not explain it to you very well. Did you get what I just said? Well, I'm a Nigerian. All of us were really crazy. But that is just the basic fact because the things that happen in Nigeria are things that will be considered 10th wonder of the world because you cannot assume, you cannot even believe that this kind of things would happen in a country and everything will just be going on. From monkeys eating monies to snakes swallowing monies to what is it that story that you want to see? So Nigeria supplying electricity to another country and that country has 24/7 electricity to Nigeria not having. Nigeria spending billions of naira on what do you call it now? Or on its refineries, yet it cannot refine a drop of water. So Nigeria being, one of the top oil rich countries in the world. So Nigeria importing, petroleum. So the so-called ruling party, having bees stinging them at their rallies or whatever they are doing, having tornado, wind coming in, having even police tear gassing them the way they tear gas other people. Probably they thought it was protesters. I could go on and on. I'm just telling you the ones that have happened in the last few weeks. I could go on and on. But hey, whatever it is that you hear of in Nigeria, it is never a secret. There is allegation and report that the INEC chairman was threatened to remove the name of David Mark ADC. Since Peter Obi joined ADC, the coalition for ADC, definitely all manner of things will be done to ADC because, of course, there are people who are very much afraid of Mr. Peter Obi being on the ballot paper because they know if he is on the ballot paper, he's going to defeat all of them. He had done it before and he's even more stronger to do it again at this time. But what I'm going to say, what I'm going to read now, actually, I also heard it on, like the intel of it all. And for me, I'm always one person that I don't break news. I tell people I don't break news. I only talk about things that have been spoken about, either reported by newspaper or individuals who have put them out. So I'm going to talk at this one now. And this is Professor Chidi Odenkalu. And this is what he says. He says this release by INEC, that is the release where they're saying that, they are following the Court of Appeal decision, blah, 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 and they're removing David Mark and Aregbesola. This release by INEC Nigeria followed a meeting involving leaders of the commission and the Nigeria president, as far as concerned, illegitimate president, that's Tinubu, Court of Appeal, and the Federal High Court in the last 60 hours. I also heard of that. The intel was that had happened. I have it on the most impeccable authority that there is a pre-signed resignation letter by Chairman Amupitan. That's the INEC chairman. When they gave him employment, that they gave him a letter of resignation. This is tactics that were done, that we've always seen, being done by shady people who get into office. I know they are going to do a lot of shadiness and they put this out. But the question is, what stops you from resigning? I said, I put your head high up and say, this is the reason I'm resigning. But then, hey, when power is sweet, people get to do all manner of things. And Odenkalu is saying, I have it on most impeccable authority that there is a pre-signed resignation letter by Chairman Amupitan. It was a precondition for his appointment. So they use that. What happens, maybe somebody is wondering, what's the big deal about that? What happened before they give you appointment? They will say you must write a resignation letter that is not dated. So it is open. So anytime they have that as a tool against you, if you do anyhow, they will release it and say that you've resigned. Because as it is, you understand, one of the things with like some positions in Nigeria is that you cannot remove the person. For example, a president cannot remove INEC chairman. A president can appoint an INEC chairman, yes. Appointment also following approval by the National Assembly, which is usually the Senate, that does all of that. That's confirmation of the nomination. They can only nominate, right? And put it for, and when it's done, it's appointed. But when it comes to remover, the president cannot remove INEC, people like INEC chairman, CBN governor and all of that. Sometimes they find ways to do one thing or the other. They find lacuna in the law to go through. So what they do now with this kind of a thing is that before I give you this appointment, this is the deal. You write a resignation letter. If at any time they can release it. He said it was a precondition for his appointment. Ultimately, that had to be called in aid by those who persuaded him to issue this release. The threat of releasing it did the magic. So the moment he released it, that means he has resigned. He's no longer the chairman. Whenever you come to say that, oh, I don't think before that storyteller. And that's what they are doing now. It should be evident to a professor of law and science that it is not the business of INEC to interpret the decision of the Court of Appeal. If they had any doubt, and INEC, governed by good faith, should have gone back to the Court of Appeal to secure an interpretation of the decision. But that is not where we are now. The country stares down the barrel, and only those willing to enable that, make peace with it, or dare it will be able to sniff the stakes in Nigeria Decides 2027. As for George Amupitan, he had no words. He put ... 2 exclamation mark, meaning he absolutely had no way. This is where, when you talk about integrity and character, the INEC chairman hasn't shown that as much, as he should. Somebody say resignation will not be the end of the matter. Man is stuck right now, even if he meant well. Between you can't mean well if you accept to work under someone who has many ... on his head. You can't truly dine with the devil and get away with it, no matter how long your spoon is. That's so true. And that's why whatever you're doing, you must ensure you're not getting yourself entangled in some of the wrongdoings that are being done, because it just takes one little one. The moment you do it, that's all. You're God. You're now held on. Joe said, so Amupitan chose to throw Nigerians under the bus of his position. He chose to be a puppet to an ignoramus than being an actual professor. Like Mahmoud Yakubu, like Joshua Amupitan, it's because Yakubu got away with what he did. That's why Amupitan is doing the same. Twin Culture, and that was by Joe. Twin Culture said, what kind of lawyers do we have now? And San Buhari rubbish lawyers using his hitman, dead Abakari Tinubu is now making nonsense of them. Did these lawyers truly go through the rigors of law school, graduated, practiced, some became professors and sons, all by quota? Adegu Fumilola A said, let the current leadership call the guy and negotiate with him so that he can withdraw the case. They should send a high-power delegation to meet with him and solve this problem. As simple democracy is enough to stop this issue. This is a test of their problem-solving skills. And what the person is missing is that whatever negotiating skills you have, the other end are negotiating higher. Whatever you bring, those ones will bring double, triple, and whatever it is. Because all these things being done to stop one man from running for office. As it is, Nigerians, are we going to allow this just be the way it is? Nah, it shouldn't happen. Thank you so much for watching.